Welcome. Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. This is John Goolsby, of course. Thank you for tuning in today. This is, of course, we're going to talk about starting your tax office, the pros, the cons, the good, the bad, the rumors, and the truths about actually owning and starting your tax preparation company. Be if you're starting at the beginning level as just a PTN holder, or if you're going all the way to the stages of being a office owner, having multiple people, and even possibly a service bureau. We may get into that topic today. Just depends. So again, thank you for tuning in to this channel. Please like, share, subscribe. Uh, to get this information more, thread, give it out there to someone who may need that information. So I'm going to dive straight into it. First off, this all information is personally created, made, and opinionated information. No legal advice will be given, only general advice and knowledge from my point of view. Okay, so we're going to talk about Star Lord here. And this picture right here, you can see, of course, that is, I call him Star Lord. He portrays that actor on one of the Marvel characters. But it just says, I have no idea how taxes work at this point. I'm just too afraid to ask. This is a new prepare, just like most of you guys who probably are tuning in watching this. You're trying to figure out the truths, the debunk the stuff. Am I gonna make money? Can I get clients? You know, can I educate myself enough to know what I'm getting myself into? As you can see in my picture behind me, I have two long-term clients that's also use us for years and years and hopefully more years to come. Building relationship, guys, is your first exact thing that you need to do. Build a relationship. If you're going to do something, if you're going to say that you're going to do something, just do it. If you can't do something, never make overly steep promises. Especially if you have clients that you're building your practice with. If you're even just a PTN holder, same thing. If you're going to do something, do it. It's going to be the first steps of anything that we're talking about journey wise. So let's talk about the three different things as the tax preparer world. So as a tax preparer, you are a specialist when it comes to data entry, file management, and compiling data to transmit that data to the IRS. Now, this data, it needs to be as accurate as possible. So anything that goes in must match up to something that you have in front of you that's on paper. Tax preparers are the key to due diligence for the IRS. You are a person who can be held liable for mistakes. So it's your job, if you're going to get into this industry, to make sure you minimize your mistakes, maximize your service, and of course, get paid. So if you minimize your mistakes and the tax return is filed properly and you're doing what is called a return transfer and you're getting paid from those taxes, you're not going to get paid until that tax return is properly funded. And if that tax return is not properly funded, you can't get paid. That's the first one that everyone knows about. Taxpayers are getting paid based off the return transmitted and funded. So what if I told you that you'll start working from December, January as a business owner, general taxpayer, and you're not going to get paid until February? Guys, you got to have capital. Have capital already set aside that's going to hold you until you finally can get paid around February. Now, how do you do this? If you already have a book of business and your clients are there, you know that you're going to get paid. So now you just need to get things together until you temporarily can, go past everything that's going on. So what do I mean by that? Hey, work throughout the year before you actually start your practice. And then once your practice actually begins or launches around December to January, make sure you have enough reserves or a spouse or a friend or family member who's going to take care of things until you are getting funded if this is your first year. First year tax preparers can expect not to have those funds until late or mid February now. Now, if this is your second year, you probably have been in the game and you may have a tax bank who will give you an advance towards those proceeds. That is usually funded once the electronic acknowledgement comes back. This means if you're getting tax clients from January 2nd until January 17th. Those EA acknowledgments, once they hit the IRS portal, you will get a advance towards those tax preparation fees and get a advance payment towards your money. Now, for most second year preparers, this is what you see is a standard. The banks normally will charge anywhere from 1.5 to 3% for funding you that money. So say, depending on how big your office is and how much volume you do, you can expect anywhere from an advance of 20,000 up to 65,000 for most agencies. Now, depending on your bank, you can expect the advance up to 90,000 to 110,000 though, being this is year 2026 coming up. A great bank that will give you up to that amount of money is usually Santa Barbara or TPG. The more traditional structured banks, Refund Advantage, Refundo, they're going to be a little bit more the other guideline where they're going to give you 30 to 50% of your preparation fees. Santa Barbara, I think they're the only one that I know that's giving out 70% or more of your tax preparation fees right now. Now, let's talk about the actual tax preparation and why to start. Guys, you just got so much information about it. 1 year, hey, I might have to struggle, get things together. 2 year, I'm actually getting support from my tax bank. They're going to actually give me advances towards my money. They're going to give me advances towards my office. Guys, once you get your first year in and you're doing 100 products, the tax banks give you so much support. You don't have to struggle at that point. And now you're able to plan and scale your business a lot better than if you were in your first year. So making it past your first year as a P10 holder or agency does a lot. If you're just a P10 holder, it's best to get into a routine with a actual agency to build up your knowledge, your education, and your training, because this is what you really need to be able to make less mistakes, to once again minimize issues so you can maximize your quality to get your money. So now, as we said, the P10 holders, they work under the agency, which is ran by ERO or EFIN holder. And then we have the actual agency owner. The agency owner is the main person who's over your due diligence, guys. If you're over due diligence, you are a person that the IRS will contact about the money. So you got to be careful, because if you are not careful, you will be the one that the IRS is looking for. So how many of your friends have felt, just, hey, I don't know if I can do this? Guys, there's a lot of education. There's a lot of training out here. Look at this video here. You see that I'm at an IRS tax forum. I took me snapshots. I go to get my education about the new tax laws and updates. That's my thing. You can get education free. YouTube helps. Social media, I won't say too much helps, but sometimes those backlinks will take you to positive actual courses or resources that can help you. Now, don't be like some people that's on social media and you're taking advice from social media and you're like, what is going on here? Because people will put out narratives on social media that's not true at all. It's what we call false information. You don't want that. It can end you up in a bad place. Remember, tax preparers, we're held liable at the P10 level and the ERO level. And what will happen is you will get a fine from the IRS for $640 per incident per return. That's a lot of money. Some returns aren't even $640. So do remember that. Now, the hours that you can expect to work as a tax preparer, they are all over the place if you're working independently or a private office. I know me, myself, I started off relationship wise, and my relationship was like, if I'm not in a relationship going into tax season, I'm not going to try to get into one to after, because it's so stressful on a relationship. So make sure if you're getting high volume clients that you have the customer service support from your staff if you're that big, and you also have a game plan because it can be stressful. It can cause issues with your personal life. Because life be life and you got a lot going on. So just make sure that you're taking care of your family, your staff, and you're making sure everything else around you is straight. And it's dictated really by your volume of clients, guys. It really is.
I get $50 for every person I bring here.
Yes, sir.
So I bring 2 people, that's $100.
Yes.
If I bring 5, that's $250.
You got it.
What if I bring 1,000?
That's a lot.
I'm rich, huh? I'm gonna bring every. Give me my money, man. Give me my money.
Better call John.
Better call John.
Better call John.
Better call John.
You better call John.
You better call John.
Better call John. This
What you know about rolling?
Now, I show that just to say this, that it doesn't matter about where you're starting at. Your quality of service will get people to support your business, your brand, and you can even pay for advertisement also to get your brand out there even more. But your great quality clients, like the ones you just seen, they will support your brand. Like I have hundreds and hundreds of clients who know me by name, who support my brand and my staff. So number one thing about this video, it was more of a short video to get you understanding that there's different levels, there's different support. The tax banks will definitely support you. The classes that the IRS can give you is there for you. I'm going to go ahead and show you also. Let's see if it's still here. My share screen, because guys, there is so much support really in the industry. If you can get a mentor that will help you with the learning curve, like I tell people, even research, like right here, as you can see on my screen now. Hold on. I think I did it. All right, here we go. You should be able to see. I'm trying to bring it to the stage if you can't yet. I gotta remove it. Okay, here we go. Okay. So now the YouTube, it has so much free information that's dropped actually by the IRS. These training videos, I even have them in my academy to, keep my people up to the latest info. Some of this stuff is older, so some stuff in depth I go to it with my clients and my agents about. But as for like the IRS, they have their own like information pool now that they're giving out information, guys. So you do not have to be weary of getting the wrong information. I know we have issues like this where clients be trying to drop the craziest things on us, but no, don't be scared, because you can only do what you know to do. And if it doesn't seem right, don't do it. All money's not good money. But when your clients do get some good money, this is how they are. They're happy. They're satisfied. So make sure you're doing the right things and make sure you're not taking a shortcut when it comes to protecting yourself. So due diligence. Ask the right questions and enough questions to, get everything handled. And then at the end of the day, get your documents in order first time around. The IRS will come to your office for a soft audit to make sure you have all your documents and your client's information documented the right way. So if you're starting off, 1 to 3 people, you and 2 other agencies are more than enough. And that's what I would say do if you're starting off. But definitely get some training and some information before you start your office. Just don't jump out there, because jumping out there can kind of speed you through the process and it can mess you up. And like I said, taking a break after finishing these tax returns, start another one. You don't need to, sleep. That's so funny to me, but that's exactly how I be feeling during tax season because I get so many people that's reaching out to me for help. Your rush is going to be January, and man, it is abundant. So get your name out there, start early, and do what you need to do. We have a support community for ATP. That's my software brand, ATP. We offer software training, steps 1 through 1,000, because there's never something that you don't know that you're going to always need to keep growing and changing. We have mentorship for starting an agency, starting your journey period. Like even if you're just starting as a P10 holder. So if you need that support, we're here for you. I'm definitely here. And I put this out here just to give you guys the information. But of course, I'll drop most of the contacts and stuff at the below of this video. Remember to educate yourself and never let yourself, fall short for your greatness. And you can do it. You can start your tax agency. You don't need a lot to do this. The max that you need to start a tax agency probably is $1,000 at the most, sometimes less than that. So get it going, guys. If I gave you enough information in this video, if I didn't give you enough information in this video, let me know. And thank you otherwise for watching and joining. Have a great day. This is John Goolsby with ATP Software and Development, giving out you this free tax information today.